So I'm just gonna select this mesh, gonna go back in here and make sure we can change this mesh in here. Right, remember that this gets a little bit of an offset. So there is a couple of tricks that we can actually do to fix this. The first one is basically move everything up, right? Just move everything up, that would fix it. Or there's another one which is very handy to know as well. Is let's go back to the way it was the cube, right? What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna select the cube. I'm gonna go to visible. I'm gonna make sure that this is not visible, so we cannot see. So if you press play right now, if I just select this component here, I just want to show you here, guys, what's going on. If you press play, you're not going to be able to see that. You still be able to interact with the collision, but you're not able to see the box because it's not visible. Sorry. So what we're doing here, I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna press add. I'm gonna search for static mesh. Right. I'm gonna add a static mesh as a children. And on the static mesh here, oh sorry, where is the static mesh? I'm gonna make sure that static mesh is in there, here, right? And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just search for the sunglasses here. Select this, put it in that. You can always search in here as well, right? And what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna make sure it aligns there properly. It's because the pivot is wrong, right? The way you can proper fix this pivot is actually going to a 3D editing software, but we don't have this right now. But this is just a handy way to do those quick fixes, because realistically you don't really care much about where is the pivot at this point. We just want to make sure that we can sell the effect. So the player can equip the item. Right. Now, if I go ahead here and press play, should be able to see the glasses there. Right now, the glasses are floating, but I'm not going to worry about this too much. You can always go ahead in here. If you want to make sure that you proper fix this, is you can go here where is the visibility. You make sure that you go clear. And then what do you do? If you press play right now, the glass should just float around. I think it doesn't do anything. I'm just gonna make sure it's like this for now. What you could actually do here is just try to maybe put the glass on the bottom here for now. That would work, yeah, baby. Also as well, this was just a nice trick effect as well. You can always do as well, if you delete this glass for now, this is just going to show you a different way to do this. Just let's make sure that is visible again, right? What we can do here is you get the cube, you make sure you got the glasses in there, selected. Let's open up these glasses in here. Let's sure we add some collision to this. Let's add a box, right? So they don't fall off from the scenario. And just let's move this interaction here. And compile and save. Just press play. And we should be able to see the glasses with the collision there, right? There you go. So you got the glasses there, right? So you can do either way. As long as it makes sense and you sell the effect, you should be fine, right? I think this is quite small, right? I'm just gonna maybe just do a little bit bigger. It doesn't really matter. It's just so the player can actually see the item on the floor or some kind of interaction. Right, so we got the item now that is working properly. So we have the picker of the item. Now let's make sure we can actually do something with this item. Right, let me close everything here for now. Let's go back here to all content. Let's go to where is the main. Let's open up the variables item. Let's open up here the list, right? And let's duplicate here for now, and let's call this instead of wood, let's call sunglasses, right? or just some glasses. Let's just make sure that we can have a name of the item here. So sunglass. The way you can actually call just protect or good for your eye or something. Doesn't really matter. The category of this item is glasses, right? And the icon, right now I don't have a proper sunglasses icon that I'm very happy with it, but let me see if you can find something that just maybe we can use it in here. There you go. We can use this spare part. I know it doesn't have it's not really great. It doesn't sell the effect, but it's just a placeholder, so we can always change this. Right. So the category is glasses, buy price, sell price is fine. We change this. The quality, maybe that's an epic. Yeah, why not? And what we're gonna do here is open up the picker reference there. Let's open up the sunglasses. Select here and make sure you drag and drop this here, or you just select in there and you put the right picker there. Save this. Let's open up this the picker here, and also let's make sure we can put the row ID here being the sunglasses, right? And we're gonna be able to pick up only one item here at a time. Right, so let's press play here. So let's see if the icon comes there. There you go. We got sunglasses, right? Good for your eye. There you go. You can drop and it drops the item there. Right, so we got sunglasses and we got the wood resources. So what we can do now, I'm just gonna close this. We can actually add some more thing on the context menu. Let's add just another array key. Let's move this up. Doesn't really matter the order, but yeah. Now we need to somehow make sure we can actually use this item that will equip somehow a mesh on our player or something that we don't know yet how we're gonna do it. Right. So to do this is we kind of need a reference of what we are trying to do, right? Are we trying to equip an item? We're trying to equip glasses. We also need to, if I go back in here just to show you guys in the models, we need to somehow have a reference to this item. So if we open up our player here, our player needs to basically equip that on the head somehow. So we need to find a way to equip that on the player's head. Right, so let's do the basic first. So let's open up my character mesh here. Right. Let's open up the skeleton. This is gonna be Unreal Engine skeleton. Yeah, that's fine. Right. So what we're gonna do here is on the skeleton, I'm gonna find where is the head bone. Right, head bone here. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add socket, and I am gonna call, instead of head socket, we're gonna call sun glass socket. Yeah. And what you can do here is, let me just select this, remove those. What is it? Head. I'm gonna right click in here and add a preview, which I'm gonna call sun glass. So we can add the glass here as a preview only. Let me see, where is the glass there? Oh, I see. The glasses are attached to the player. So maybe let's do this in a different way again. So let's make it in a different way. Right. So the reason why I'm not going to use a socket, the reason why you use a socket is to equip weapons and swords, maybe a helmet. But if you notice, our mesh, let me go back to where is the ASCII casual here. Let's go to the models. If you notice, this is a skeletal mesh which has some kind of, it already has some bones attached to it. So what we can actually do is we're gonna close everything here. Let's open up our demo character. Let's double click and let's duplicate these legs and let's call glasses. And let's search for these glasses in there. Let's see if we can actually search for the glass. Right, so there we go. The glass is equipped on the right place. There's one more thing that you have to do here, which is we're gonna go back to event graph. Sorry, on the my blueprint on construction script. Remember that we did this on our second part of our video, that we add some master pose things. Let's go ahead and here select the glasses, put it in here, and let's make sure that this works properly on the player. So right now our player has some cool glasses on it, but we want to make sure that we enable these and disable these in real time. Yeah, so the way we can actually do that is by coming up on here, and we're gonna have to create a couple of methods in there that will do that for us. So first of all, let's just work in here so we have some space. By default, glasses will be empty. So if this is empty, if I do a clear, right, we're not gonna have anything equipped on the player, so it doesn't have a glasses equipped. So we kind of have to do that, but in real time. So how you do this? We're gonna create a custom event, and we're gonna call this disable glasses, and we're gonna create another method which is gonna be called enable glasses, and this will have a parameter. Right, so to disable glasses is quite simple. You're just gonna do set skeleton mesh to nothing, so just literally set to empty. And to enable the glasses, we do the same thing, but we pass the mesh as a parameter, right? And I'm gonna call this enable, let's go toggle player glasses. And this is part of the inventory also. So inventory, and let's make sure this is red so you guys can find this easily, right? So right now we know how to enable and disable the player glasses, right? So if I come back in here, let me just show you here what I mean. Find the glasses, go here, I can enable, or I can go back here and disable the glasses. So it's really easy to do, especially it's easier to do for us as well, because these glasses, they already has the player skeleton structure, so we can just follow this more easily because it knows where to place, because the designer who did the skeleton knows where he wants. Otherwise, you're gonna have to use something called sockets. That was my first guess to do, but sockets, they get very tricky because every object will be required to be center pivot, but that's another story, right? So I'm gonna close this for now, and let's go back to our thing here. Where is our main component here? And I'm gonna go to variables, and what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna create another folder called equipments, right? I'm gonna open up this. I'm gonna create another blueprint structure, and I'm gonna call this st item equipments, right? Equipments, nice, right? Compile and save. There you go. So what this is gonna have is basically this is gonna be a reference to two things. I want to do this once again. I could do it in a easier way to follow, but I just want to make sure that we do this in a way that will adapt to any kind of game we want to, right? I just realized that I mistyped this. So player equipments, right? So open up this. So I'm gonna add two variables. The first one here is gonna be the item skeleton mesh, and the other one is gonna be item static mesh, right? And follow me up. So this one here is gonna be skeleton mesh, skeleton. Let me just double check here the type of this, just to make sure that we are setting this up properly. Skeletal mesh. Skeletal mesh. Make sure is a object reference, and this one here is going to be a static mesh. What is it? Static mesh. Also is an object. The object reference, right? Compile and save. Yeah, there is a little difference between those. Static mesh is like those cubes. They're static. They're not attached to any kind of character. And skeletal mesh is everything that is attached to a character. But the reason why I'm doing this is because let's say that you're trying to replace, let's say you create an item that is like a whole outfit to the player. Let's say you equip the item and then the player gets the whole item as an outfit. So we want to create as an array. We want to make sure that this is much, we can expand this in the future, right? So I'm going to close that. I'm going to go back to variables. I'm going to open up the item. I'm going to go open up the st item here. I'm going to create another variable, and I am going to call this equipment item. Or I'm just going to call here items to equip. There you go. So it's easy to follow. And the type of this is going to be st equipment. So it's going to be st equipment, right? And this is going to be an array.